Hi guys, welcome to Code Artisan Lab. This is video number 25 for hotel management system in Django with Next.js. In this video, we will mainly work on the checkout page. In our previous video, we have seen that how we can perform the booking, right? So after the booking, it should redirect to the checkout page, right? With the all necessary data that user filled here, right? So if we see the checkout page here, then you can see that all data is coming, total guest rooms, right, and check-in date, checkout date. Currently the rooms will be always one. Here we can show the room number, right, charges and tax. Okay, so we will calculate all of the things dynamically. Okay, and then we can perform the payment section, right? So let's start to work on this. Let's make it dynamic. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so we will start from here. So after the booking, it should be redirect to the checkout page, right? So here we have a booking form, and after the response is okay, then here we need to redirect to the checkout page, right? So it should be checkout, correct? So let's try to fill the data. Okay, so here we have a 1 and then 3 and then we have 24, right, and then test and submit. Okay, so it will coming to the checkout page. Now we can make it dynamic, so let's make it dynamic. Okay, so first of all what we need to do, I will make a component for the checkout because we need to fetch data according to saved user in our local storage, right? And in the routing is the by default server thing, so we cannot use the local storage, so we need to make it a client component, correct? So make a client component, so let's create it here, save source components, and I will say checkout, right, and I will create here checkout.js, correct? And then export default, then function checkout, right, checkout, and here we have, this should be function, right? And then we will return. Okay, and in the page we have this data, so I will copy this row, cut this row and paste here, correct? So now we have this thing. Okay, so we created the component. Now let's fetch the component here, right? So checkout. Okay, correct. So this is working. Link is not defined. Okay, so let's fetch the link here from the Next.js, right? Not here actually, we need to fetch it. Oh, sorry, here. So no use of this here. Okay, checkout. So everything is working now. Okay, so now we can fetch the data according to the saved user in the local storage. So if we see in the local storage, you can see here we are saving the mobile number and token, right, when user is logged in. Actually we should also save the ID, right, when logged in, so that we can fetch the data accordingly. We can directly call the user ID in the query, because passing the mobile number and token is not a very safe way. So let's save the ID also when we will log in, and then we can pass the user ID and fetch the recent checkout data, right? So this one more thing that I want to explain here. So suppose if user want to user is creating multiple time checkout, but it will show the recent checkout here, right? So after finish this, so user can see, user can make the payment. But if we want to see all the orders, then user can see in the dashboard, user can view in the dashboard all the bookings, right? So we will see that later, right? And from here user can also, if not paid, then user can also pay that thing from here also, right? So either we can redirect it to the booking history, or the first thing is when click on someone click on this room types, right? So user can user can when click on this, user can book and see the checkout page, right? Oh, here, checkout page, and in this we can show the recent one, because on the booking form we are saving the data, right? Okay, so now let's save the user ID in the local storage. Then we will show the recent checkout data, right, according to that ID. Okay, so let's open the login component. So we'll go here, and we have login.js, right? So login.js, we are saving the mobile, so response.token. Okay, mobile, and from the user we are adding the mobile and password. Okay, and from the response we are getting the data, right? So let's see the response first, then we will redirect it. So let me console.response. Okay, before the redirection I will see the data. So let's log out. Okay, and then let's go to login. I hope this should be correct username password. This is correct. Oh, so this is going to, all right, so let me hide this one, right? Let's go to logout again, and let me see the data. Let's open the console here, and then we have password, submit. So we have this error. Okay, so we are returning only the token. Okay, so let's copy this. Let's see the API first, then we will see. So we have here no URL, so API token, API token here. Okay, let's go to, sorry, so where is that, where is the login? So here we have a login. Where is the login? Okay, so why this is saying API/login, and it's saying, where is the login URL? Let me check it. So URL, we have admin API. Let's go to website URL. Yeah, this one is. Now let's go to view, then we have user login. Okay, so we are only sending the token. Okay, so profile.user. Okay, so let's send user ID also, right? So user ID profile.user.id, correct? Okay, so it will fetch the data, right? So now let's refresh this. Okay, and now let's log in again. Okay, oh sorry, so user ID we have. Now let's go to login page, login here, then user ID. Okay, response.data.user ID, correct? So now let's see what is in the local storage. So submit. Okay, user ID is coming. Now let's go to application, local storage. It should have user ID. Yes, we have user ID. Okay, so now we can fetch the recent data, correct? So now let's go to home. Oh, sorry, one more thing. Let's undo this so that it will redirect the user to the right place. Okay, now we can go to room types and then we can go to single room. First of all, let's directly go to checkout. Currently I'm when user book the form, then it will redirect to the checkout, but I'm currently going directly to the checkout because we have already bookings. So I will show the latest one right here. So we are in the booking page now. So now let's fetch the data for the recent booking. Okay, so now we have created a component checkout. Now we need to fetch the recent data, right? So first of all, when we deal with the local storage, then we have to make sure the component should be client component, right? This is the first thing. Then the second thing, we'll create a function, a synchronized function, which will be recent get reset booking, get recent booking, right here. And then here, right, so we will say variable user equal to local storage dot get item user, correct? And then user equal to json dot parse user, because in the local storage we saved a string, we saved the strings, and now we need to convert to the convert to the json. The user dot user id, correct? Now if I say this console.log user id, so this function not automatically called, so we need to use the use effect hook and use state. So use effect and use state, right? So use effect, whenever anything is updated or affected, then we can use this, right? So this function is like this. Okay, so we just need to call the function here, right? And no dependency, so we'll just pass the empty. All right, so this is the thing. Now let's see, it should fetch the user id, right? So if I see this, then user id is not defined. Let's see the user first. User dot user id. Okay, here, refresh the loading. Okay, let me first of all let's console this one. All right, what we have now, oh sorry, in the console we will run the API, not this one. So let's see this now. User id is not defined, so I will, oh sorry, this one I'll, okay, so we have this. Now if I json.parse and then now show this again, then we have mobile token. And now if I run this again here, user id is not defined. Why? User dot user id, let's say user data here, correct? User id is not defined. Why this user id is not defined? Because in the user data we have user id. Let me, okay, so mobile, and then we have user id, and why this is not saying the user ID here. Great. So let's say where user ID equal to, let's match this with an, okay, sorry, where, oh, where we are, where is the checkout component? Checkout here. So now let's console the user ID. User ID. All right. So we have user ID, correct? So now we need to get the recent booking. Okay. So what we will do here, we have in the page checkout page booking, we'll copy this one. We just need to fetch the data, right? So let's copy this one, paste it here. We just need to fetch the data. So we'll say recent booking, and we need to pass the user ID, right? So here we will pass the user ID, correct? And this is the response, and then constant dot data equal to response dot JSON, because this is a synchronize. And then we have to create a function. We'll say booking data, set booking data, right? And then use a state, right? Then we will set the booking data here, right? Now we need to create this API, right? So let's see now. So are we calling here something? 63 page not found. Okay, now we need to create this URL and all, right? So let's copy this list view, paste it here. Let's say booking, a recent booking, and this will be user ID, integer user ID, right? Let's say user only, user only or user ID. Okay, let's say user ID then. Okay, then we have booking, recent booking list. Okay, a recent booking we can say. Then we'll open the view. Let's open the view here. I'll copy this one, right? And then from there, not this one, where is that, rooms URL here. Okay, so this one. So booking list API view, this should be booking, and this should be booking serializer. Query set is okay. Now we need to modify this query. So qs.filter, right? User, this is a booking, so user ID equal to self dot keyword arguments, and from the keyword arguments we will get the user ID which we are passing here, user ID, right? And this will fetch all the data, but we need the recent one. So what we will do here, we will fetch the first one, right? Or not first one, we will say order by minus ID descending, and then we'll fetch only one data, correct? So it should work. Let's see how it is giving us the result, right? So here we have a 63, it's giving us result, but in the array form, because we are calling the list API view, right? We can't call the retrieve API, because it will try to fetch the data according to the PK, right? So we will not go that way, right? So we will fetch the only one data, right? So if I go to checkouts now, and this data is this, then we will set results 0, right? Okay, so let's see now. We have, okay, we will console the, sorry, so we'll console.log, and here we will see booking data. It should show the data. Okay, let's see. So it is showing all the things: total guest, room number, right? Total rooms always be 1 for now, right? User is current user, booking amount, check-in checkout date, and everything is here. Okay, okay, so let's show this data here. Okay, so first of all, booking date, sorry, total guest, so dot total guest, total rooms, it will always be 1. Check-in date, so we'll say check-in date, then we have checkout date, right? Read property total guest. Okay, then let's say what we have in the checkout date. Then why booking date? Okay, by default it is empty, but when the data is something, then it will fetch the things. Okay, so what we will do here, we'll create a empty objects. So total guest 0, we will set the default data, right? So we'll say check-in date is empty, then we'll set the checkout date, right? Now let's see what it is showing. Total guest, okay, total guest, so we'll say total guest, check-in date, checkout date, charges. Okay, so total amount, so here we have booking amount, sorry, so booking amount, right? So text, so total booking amount actually. So what we will need to do, I will just comment this one. When we will do the text thing, then we will add here the text, right? I just want to fetch the text from the backend, from the admin will add the text, and then we will calculate here. Okay, all right, so this is, I think, done, right? So we have here booking amount, everything is here. Actually, let me, if I do this one, okay, fine. We need a simple object before fetching this thing. Okay, so now we have a total guest, total rooms, check-in date, checkout date, and the total amount, correct? We can say now pay now. We just need to hide this button for now, because now we have created the design and no purpose of this. So just remove this one. Okay, pay now, no need for the success, correct? So cancel or pay now, right? So when we click on the cancel, it will go to the home page. When we click on the pay now, then it will redirect, it should redirect to the payment page, and after the payment, this booking will be status paid. Currently it is pending, right? Okay, so I think we are done with the checkout page. Next, in our next part, we will work on the payment, and we will make the payment and make the booking paid, and then we'll show the success and or failure page according to the payment status, right? So I think we are done with the checkout page. So this is 25th video, right? So in the next we will work on the checkout page. So if you need the source code of this project, then you can just go to hotel management system, and if you want to learn, then you can see the videos. Of course this is free on YouTube, but if you want the project, then I will appreciate that if you can pay this amount, and I will give you the source code of this project, right? And I have another one more website where I upload the Django related or PHP Python related projects, so you can also buy it from here. So this is also big support for me, right? So in our next video we will work on the payment part, and thank you so much, and I will appreciate you if you can support me, right? And yeah, thank you.